Okay, so this is getting recorded, so hopefully you'll be able to save this training and share it with other people. I believe most of you on here know me anyway, so I'm not going to go too much into my story. Basically joined kleeneze to earn an extra few £100 a month, made £233 in my first 4 weeks. I was earning over £1,200 a month just delivering and collecting catalogues and building a small team within my first 12 months. And now I earn over £3,500 every 4 weeks. Again, if you're listening to this for the first time, that's not to impress you, it's to impress upon you what can be achieved with this business if you just want to get stuck in. Okay, so without further ado, let's crack on with the presentation. Okay, presenting catalogues. Hope you can all hear and see me okay now. A lot of people worry about presenting catalogues. I think it's this old idea of the door-to-door salesman. But the thing is, you've got to realise that kleeneze has been around since 1923. And nobody sees kleeneze distributors as door-to-door salesmen. I can remember when I was presenting catalogues, I walked down somebody's drive and the guy was under his car fixing his car. And as I walked down the drive, he says, "Oh, no, mate, we're not interested. We're not interested in whatever you're selling." I says, "Oh, I'm not selling anything. I've just got a kleeneze catalogue." He went, "Oh, no problem. Leave it with the wife." Because people don't see kleeneze as door-to-door sales. Okay? So if I was to start kleeneze all over again as well, this would be the way that I would actually retail my products. Now, because I've got a customer base, yes, I just shove it through the letterbox. But when I think about it, a lot of these customers that I have today actually came from presenting catalogues when I moved house, restarted, and started going out, knocking on doors and giving catalogues out, because it is by far the most effective way, by a long way. It puts quite a lot on your orders, but it is a skill and it does need learning. You don't just wake up one night and you're great at presenting catalogues. Not if you've not had any kind of experience of this previously. Yes, some of you may have sold double glazing. Some of you may have done telesales. Some of you may have done a newspaper round or whatever, and you already have a bit of confidence. But I also know that there's a lot of people out there that's scared to present catalogues, and there's absolutely no need, because I know that anybody can present catalogues. It's just a matter of confidence. So when you're out there, really, there's just two things that you need to keep in mind. Okay, first of all is, why are you doing it? Why are you doing kleeneze? And why are you out there trying to earn yourself an income? Because it's your reason why, it's your goal, it's your purpose that always helps you get through everything. So just keep in mind why you're doing it, why you're knocking on those doors if you want to present catalogues. And the other thing is, remember that only 1 in 5 people buy. A lot of people, when they're out there, let's say you present 50 catalogues, you've been out there 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get out your 50 catalogues. And I think what a lot of people expect is that when they pick up those catalogues, I think they expect at least 30 or 40 of those people to have ordered just because they took a catalogue from them. But the reality is 1 in 5 people buy. So from your 50 catalogues, you're only looking at 10 customers. Okay? And I'll go through the figures later on. So the two key things to keep in mind are why you're doing it, alright, what's going to help you over those challenges, and 1 in 5 people buy. That doesn't mean every single time, that's an average. So sometimes it might be less, sometimes it might be more. But don't have unrealistic expectations because you're presenting catalogues. That's why we say you need to do 100 to 150 a week. Because if you present 100 catalogues, that's only your 20 customers a week that you're looking for. Now then, communication. Your words are not the most important thing when you're actually presenting catalogues. And people think, oh, what do I have to say? I am going to give you a script. I'm going to tell you what to say. But please understand, it's not actually the words that you say that are the biggest part of your communication. The words that you say are actually only 7% of the communication on the doorstep. 38% is your tonality. It's how you say it. And 55% is actually your physiology or your body language. What is your body doing while you're speaking to your customer? Because those are what are communicating more with your customer than the actual words that you say. So if you said, oh, this is a fantastic product, but your head's shaking from side to side like a saying no motion, then they're not going to believe what you say, even though you're saying it's a fantastic product. Okay? And regards tonality, tonality is like, for example, let's say that your words are a pin. Okay, imagine a pin, you know, like a dress pin. Excuse me. Imagine that pin is a metaphor for a word. And if you prick somebody with that pin, yes, it could hurt a little bit, but it's only really a prick, isn't it? It's only a little bit of pain. But now imagine that the tonality is a garden cane, and you fasten that pin on the end of a garden cane, and you jab somebody with that cane. That's going to hurt a lot. Even though it's the same pin, it's the words behind that pin, it's the tonality, it's how it's been forced that makes the words more important. So remember, tonality is 38%. So if you're shaking and shivering on the doorstep going, excuse me, madam, do you mind if I leave you a kleeneze catalogue to have a look at, and I'll pick you up tomorrow? How do you think that person's going to react compared to someone who says, hello, excuse me, madam, do you mind if I leave you a kleeneze catalogue? I'll pick it up tomorrow. Exactly the same words, different tonality. Body language. Okay, I'm going to come on to this in a minute, but your body language when presenting catalogues is so important. Okay, so physiology. It's 55% of what's going to happen on the doorstep. After knocking on the door, stand at a slight angle to the door. All right, so you're not face on, so you're not straight on to the door. Stand slightly to one angle, so that your body is sideways on. So when your customer opens the door, you're in a non-threatening position. Okay? The next thing is put your weight on your back foot. So that means that you're slightly leaning away from the customer. Hold the catalogue down by your side and away from the door. So the catalogue is not the main point of focus. Alright? You want the customer to focus on you and what you're saying. You don't want the customer to focus on a catalogue that's waving around under their nose while you're talking. Because all they'll be looking at is this catalogue, and they won't be listening to what you're saying. They won't be paying attention to you. Okay? So hold the catalogue down by your side, away from the door, so that it's not the thing that catches their attention. And smile. So many people forget to smile. Put a big smile on your face. Smile says I'm friendly, I'm non-threatening. Okay, so a big smile is really important. And hold your head high. Don't look down at your customer's feet. Eye contact. Look your customer in the eye. Big smile, high eyebrows. Alright, so don't wear Botox for the day. Don't stiffen your forehead or anything. You know what I mean? Have a big smile, hold your head high, and be confident. And don't hand over the catalogue until the right moment, and don't wave it about. Okay? I'll tell you when the right moment is in a moment. So quickly run through them. Stand slightly at an angle to the door. Put your weight on your back foot. Hold the catalogue by your side, away from the door, and smile, and hold your head up high. Don't hand over the catalogue until the right moment. And if I haven't wrote it down, I'm hoping it's on another slide, but try not to speak until your customer has spoken first, because that then gives them control. So when they open the door, wait for them to say hello, or yes, can I help you, or what is it, or anything at all. Let your customer speak first. Okay? Tonality is 38% of what you say. So speak slowly, calmly, clearly, and confidently. Hello, my name's Kevin Ryder. The reason I'm calling is to let you have a look at this catalogue. I'm leaving it with everyone. Please don't feel obliged to order anything. if you just leave it down here on the doorstep so that I can collect it tomorrow when you're finished with it. Okay, that was just an example of tonality. Just slow, calm, clear and confident. Take your time on the doorstep. Don't rush. Yes, rush between houses, but once the customer answers the door, take your time and get to know your customer. So vocabulary, 7%. It's not important what you say, but here is a script for you to use, and I'll explain key points of the script. So try to let the customer speak first. So I have put it in there, that's good. And speak with confidence. Hello, my name is Kevin Ryder. We do that because it allows you to say your name twice. People don't always hear what you say the first time. So it draws their attention to your first name, and then you repeat your first name so they hear it a second time. So it's, hello, my name's Kevin Ryder. Then we state the reason for knocking. Sorry to disturb you. I'm a distributor of kleeneze products here in Murfield, and I'm giving everybody the chance to browse our latest catalogue. And then just hand the catalogue over. Sorry to disturb you. I'm a distributor of kleeneze products. The reason we don't say kleeneze catalogues is because some people go, oh, I don't want a catalogue. I'm not interested in catalogues. And if we just said, hi, I'm from kleeneze, they'll think you're trying to clean their house or sell them some cleaning materials. The purpose of this is to get people to look through the brochure. Too many people see kleeneze and think it's cleaning products, and they don't even look at the catalogue. So it's, hi, sorry to disturb you. I'm a distributor of kleeneze products here in Murfield, and I'm giving everyone the chance to browse our latest catalogues. And then just hand it over. Notice at no point did I say, can I leave you a catalogue? Would you like to look at a catalogue? Are you interested in having a look at a catalogue? Or any other question where they can say yes or no. It's not about asking the question, it's about making a statement. I'm giving everyone the chance to browse our latest catalogues, and you just hand it over. At this point, their hand will come up and they will take the catalogue from you. Just like if you went to shake somebody's hand, they naturally put their hand up to return the shake. They will take the catalogue from you, and if they don't want it, they will then try and hand you it back and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, which is absolutely fine. Don't force the catalogue on anybody. That's absolutely fine. However, you'll find that most people just take the catalogue, and then we continue with, thank you, don't feel obliged to order anything, but if you do order, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not completely satisfied with your goods. That gives them reassurance and confidence in the product and the buying system. Okay, so if they're not completely satisfied, they can return the products. Number 4, I'll personally deliver your orders for you. That then lets them know that you will be providing a service as well as leaving the catalogue. If you could leave the catalogue down here tomorrow morning so I can collect it without disturbing you, please, that would be great. Point to location and then say thank you. So you actually physically point to where you want the catalogue leaving. Again, that is so that there's a visual stimulus to make them look at where you actually want them to leave the catalogue. And 9 times out of 10, you'll find they've left the catalogue exactly where you've pointed. Step 6. Do you mind if I ask your name for my book? Always try and get your customer's name. The reason we try and get your customer's name is because that name is the most powerful feature that you will have when it comes to presenting the rest of your catalogues. For example, the nights are getting lighter now, I appreciate that, but should they not have been and it was still dark and people don't like opening the door in the dark, once you've got a customer's name, and I'm going to use Mrs. Smith, alright, so Mrs. Smith says, yeah, it's Mrs. Smith. The next time you go to a house and knock on the door, you can knock on the door, and when they're stood behind the door before opening it and go, hello, who is it? You can say, hi, my name's Kevin, or obviously your name. Hi, my name's Kevin. I've just been speaking with Mrs. Smith at number 6. they're more likely to open the door because subconsciously you've just said, I've already been speaking with Mrs. Smith, I'm safe, I'm a non-threat, I just want to have a chat, and other people on the street are already talking to me. And those doors will open. I've done that at 8:30 at night in an old people's estate because I had no other choice to go at that time, and it didn't matter even if their house was locked up like Fort Knox. Every single person opened the door once you've got somebody's name. And if you get a golden name, that's somebody that everybody knows, like the local butcher or something like that. Once you get a golden name, then you've absolutely cracked it. Okay, do you mind if I ask you your name for my book? Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Like I said, if you could leave it down here, that would be great. Again, you're pointing to the location and you're using your customer's name. So I'm going to run through that very, very quickly again. Okay. Hello, my name's Kevin Ryder. Sorry to disturb you. I'm a distributor of kleeneze products here in Egmond Wyke or Murfield, and I'm giving everyone the chance to browse our latest catalogue and then just hand it over. Thank you. Don't feel obliged to order anything, but if you do order, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not completely satisfied with your goods. I will personally deliver your order for you. If you could leave the catalogue down here tomorrow morning so I can collect it without disturbing you, please, that would be great. Thank you very much. Do you mind if I ask you your name for my book? Thanks, Mrs. Smith. Like I said, if you could leave it down here, that would be great. Thank you. Bye. Common mistakes that people make. First one, do not show your ID card, not unless it's actually asked for. This is like waving your catalogue around under their nose again. Okay, they will be focusing on your ID card and not on what you're saying or what you're doing. Remember, people buy from people. You want them to focus on you. You don't want them to focus on your ID card or your catalogue. Don't get disheartened after 5 to 10 doors. All right. Yes, people will be out during the day. Yes, not everybody's going to answer the door. You've just got to keep going. Personally, I would set you this challenge. Go out there and knock on 15 houses. Okay, 15 houses where you're quite sure people are in. So there's a car in the drive, there's toys in the garden, there's movement or whatever, windows open. Go knock on 15 houses, and each time you get a catalogue out, start at number 1 again. So try and knock on 15 houses and try and get 15 no's. Okay? Each time you get a yes, you start back at 0 again. I bet you can't get around 15 houses without having to start back at 0 again each time. And do that till you've got out your 20, 30, 40, 50 catalogues, whatever it is that you've decided to do. Remember, as long as you're getting out 100 a week, it doesn't matter whether you do 25 4 days a week, 33 3 days a week, 52 days a week, as long as you're getting out 100 to 150 catalogues a week. Don't start posting the catalogues. If people aren't in, don't start thinking, oh, forget it, I'm just going to shove it through the letterbox. You are completely wasting your time, and this is from experience. Okay? If you're going to just post it through the catalogue, if you're going to just post it through the letterbox when they don't answer the door, you may as well go out there and just post 200 and don't bother knocking. Okay? Because you are completely wasting your time. It's a major, major no-no. I can't get it across to people enough that you must not just start posting catalogues because you want to get round quicker, because you're actually going to lose a hell of a lot of catalogues and you're just wasting your time. A lot of people don't speak with their sponsor enough. They go out there, they may have given it a go, they may possibly have a little bit of a bad experience, and rather than sharing that experience with their sponsor, they pretend they got out all 50 catalogues. But the results will show whether you got the catalogues out or not. The proof is in the pudding. Okay? So make sure you speak regularly with your sponsor so that they can guide you, support you, help you, cover any challenges you've come across, give you a bit of coaching, maybe listen to you on the phone when you're presenting your catalogue. I do that a lot. I listen to people on my mobile phone when they're presenting the catalogue so that I can coach them on what to say. Don't ask if you can leave a book. Remember, just hand it over. Let the customer take it. If you start asking, is it okay if I leave a catalogue? People will say no. So if you just hand it over, it doesn't give them a chance to say anything. Nerves. We all get nervous, okay? We all have times where we get Elvis leg and his knees start knocking together. Again, if you're nervous, it's a matter of having confidence. And confidence comes with competence, with practice. But you might think, yeah, but that's a vicious circle. I'm too nervous already. How can I get confidence if I'm too nervous to get competence? Think of a time in your life, any situation at all. We're not talking kleeneze, we're not talking catalogues or anything like that. I'm talking about any circumstance in your life where you are completely confident. It might be dealing with your children, where you're an authority. It might be in your job. It might be driving your car. There's a situation where you're completely in control. I'd like you to think of that situation now. Think of those circumstances. How do you feel? How do you breathe? Put your body in the position that you would be in if you were in that control, in that confident position. What is it that makes you confident? What are you doing? Is it because you know what to do? Is it because you're certain of the outcome? You're in a position of certainty. Well, just before you knock on any door, get yourself in that position of certainty, that position of confidence. Take yourself back to wherever you are right now, where you're in control. And then knock on the door and stay in that position of control. And just talk with confidence, as though you're talking to your children, or a spouse, or a colleague, or somebody that you talk to every day of your life. If you just put yourself in that state before you actually knock on the door, you'll be absolutely fine. I promise you. Don't think it takes too long. It actually takes the same amount of time as if you were posting catalogues. Yes, you can post 150 catalogues a lot quicker than what you can present 150 catalogues. However, presenting 150 catalogues will get you far greater results than posting 150 catalogues. That's why if you're just posting, you need to do 400 to 600 catalogues. So yes, you might get out the same amount of catalogues quicker, but it takes you a lot longer to pick up catalogues that were just posted, because you get stragglers, you lose catalogues, you go back, you try and get them back, they're not left on the doorstep. And if you post 150, you have to go collect 150. And then you have to go collect 75 that weren't left out. And then you have to go collect 25 that weren't left out. And then you've got to do everything else as well. Whereas if you're presenting, yes, it might take you 2.5, 3 hours to get where you want it leaving, and the customer actually acknowledged and said, yes, I'll leave it there tomorrow morning for you to pick up. 95% of your catalogues will be left on the doorstep when presented correctly. So it doesn't take too long, it just takes the same amount of time. It's just front loaded, that's all. Not going back to houses where you went in, not going back to houses who weren't in or didn't order. A lot of people tend to go around an area, knock on the houses, and if nobody's in, they don't go back to that house, they just mark it down as nobody in. Or they manage to get out the catalogues to people, but if they don't order, remember, only 1 in 5 is going to order, so if the other 4 haven't ordered, people don't go back. Now, if somebody has said they'll take a catalogue, then they get that catalogue for the next 3 to 4 months to see if they want to order. Okay, if they haven't ordered after the 4th or 5th time, because some people are just polite and they take the catalogue anyway, then by all means stop leaving it. But up to that point, every single person who accepts a catalogue gets it for at least the next 4 months. At least the next 4 months. Ideally, I would say 6. Just like blanket dropping, we recommend 4 to 6 months. And a lot of people keep bad records. They don't record which houses they've been to, which ones didn't give back a catalogue, and so on and so on. Here's an example of how I used to keep my records when I was presenting catalogues. I used to have a round book. I've just done this on a piece of paper because I don't have a round book anymore. But I used to have a round book, and I used to write the street name across the top of the page. And each house, every single house, would get recorded in my round book. Okay? If the house took a catalogue, I'd put a tick. If the house said, no, I don't want a catalogue, I'd put a cross through it. If there was nobody in, I just left it blank, because I've not even got one out and they haven't said no. So it's just blank. Number 8 said no, number 10 took a catalogue, number 12 was out, number 14 said no, number 16 took a catalogue. When I went back to collect those catalogues, I would mark down, so number 1 I got the catalogue back, number 3 is a straggler, numbers 5, 7 and 9 didn't even take a book, number 11 was an order, number 15 I got back, 2, 4 and 6 are still out, 8 didn't want a book, 10's a straggler, and 16 ordered. Okay. The next time I went back, numbers 1 and 3 still got a catalogue, 8, 7 and 9 didn't, 11 did, 15 did, number 2 took one this time, number 4 said they weren't interested, number 6 said they weren't interested, number 8 they are interested, 10, 12 and 16 all got catalogues. When I picked it up, number 1 ordered this time, number 3 just gave me the book back again, number 11 ordered again, number 15 just gave me the book back, number 2 ordered, okay, and so on and so on. Number 12 ordered this time and they were in the first time, and number 16 just gave me the book back this time. Okay, and then obviously the next time I would just put another ruled line and I would just continue until I'd been back at least 4 to 6 times to every single house. Simple as that. So key ratios to remember, guys. You need to deliver at least 100 to 150 catalogues a week. If you're presenting catalogues, those numbers are vital. Now you might do that 20 catalogues 5 days a week. You might do 50 catalogues 2 days a week. You might do 33 catalogues 3 days a week. It doesn't matter. As long as you're getting out a minimum of 100, ideally 150. With practice, 2 out of 3 people that answer the door will take the catalogue, particularly when you're not asking, would you like a catalogue? When you just get to the point where you just hand it over, 2 out of 3 people will take the catalogue. And 1 out of 5 order. Those are the stats. 1 out of 5 do order. So if you're getting 2 out of 3, it won't take you long to get your 100 catalogues out, and 1 out of 5 will order. So remember, from 100 books, you're only looking at 20 customers, not 80. Alright, 20 customers. And the average order is £15 when you present the catalogue. So if you've got 20 people ordering an average of £15, when you're good at this, you'll be picking up £300 of orders a week from 100 books. That's £1,200 in orders a month. Okay? And it gets a lot easier, guys. Your customer base is built much, much quicker. So to summarize, remember why you're doing it. When you've got those nerves and Elvis leg, just remember why you're presenting catalogues. It's far more effective, far more time effective, and it builds a fantastic relationship between you and your customer. So just remember why you're doing it and have that bit of courage. Be aware of the percentages of communication. It's not just about what you say. It's your body language. It's your tonality. It's how you're confident or not. Be aware of the common mistakes, such as flashing the ID card, wiggling the catalogue under people's noses, All right, keeping bad records, things like that. Remember the common mistakes. Keep good records and understand the ratios. Only 1 in 5 order. You need to get out at least 100 to 150 catalogues a week. And, sorry, 1 in 5 order, 150 catalogues a week. And you'll get 2 out of 3 people taking the catalogue once you're effective at it. I'm all blacked out. Why is that? Oh, there. Right, okay, so very quickly. Catalogue. Okay, shift my chair. Knock on the door, stand sideways on, catalogue down by your side. Okay, customer answers the door, let them speak first. Sorry, weight on back foot, leaning backwards, let them speak first. Okay, and you go, hello, my name's Kevin Ryder. I'm a distributor of kleeneze products here in Ekman Wyke. I'm just giving everyone the chance to browse the latest catalogue. Hand it over to them. They take it from you, okay? And then you can say, please don't feel obliged to order anything. If you do wish to order, I'll personally deliver your goods for you, and there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. Please can you just leave it down here for me can you please leave it down here for me tomorrow so that when I pick it up I don't have to disturb you. Thanks very much. Oh, by the way, can I just take your name for my book? Write the name down in your book. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Smith, that's lovely. Like I said, if you can just leave it down here for me tomorrow, that'd be great. See you later, and then just walk off. Okay? It's as simple as that. Okay, so I think that's more or less it, Karen, and I'll hand back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.